Alice, like Alice, like Alice, Alice.
Hello.
Welcome to our first all-age write-in for NaNoWriMo's Young Writers Program for Camp NaNoWriMo this July. I'm Erin, and I am the Children's Programming Librarian, or one of them, at the Kingwood Branch Library.
Hi, and my name is Molly, and I am the branch manager at the Crosby Library, and we're so excited to be here today.
So NaNoWriMo is a challenge that people complete in November. The challenge is to write 50,000 words in 1 month. And almost since the beginning of NaNoWriMo, there's been a Young Writers Program as well, so that writers under 18 could enjoy the camaraderie and fun that adult Rymos experience every year.
Yeah. The success of NaNoWriMo led the organizers to add 2 extra months in April and July, and they call them Camp NaNoWriMo. So in July, Camp NaNoWriMo is all about making your own goals and setting aside time to write. So you get to set your goals. There's no constraints of, writing so many words. So it's just a time to write and enjoy that.
So if you haven't signed up yet, you can check out the NaNoWriMo website or the Young Writers Program website and sign up. Now, because this is an all-age program, we have a few rules, and I almost broke one last week. So when you're posting writing excerpts, please don't post anything that isn't PG. It's one of those things that I can't explain to you what appropriate is, but you know what's appropriate and what's not. So this is a public program, so we gotta be, and there are kids watching. So also, please be careful about any personal information that you choose to share in our chat. We want everyone to have fun, but we also want everybody to be safe.
Yeah. So if you're joining us today, please go ahead and tell us about yourself in the chat. Tell us, what you're writing or you're working on. We'd love to hear what you're doing.
So what are you up to this month, Molly?
So this month I have been working on a story idea I had a couple of years ago, but I've been working on others. I decided this month I really wanted to kind of tackle it. And it's about a former rock star about 30 years later. And they're trying to convince her and her former bandmates that they need to do a reunion tour. And she's got her own worries about coming back 30 years later. So
right.
Kind of fun. It's been fun. What about you, Erin? What are you working on this month?
I'm working on a swashbuckling melodrama that I have been working on for the last, about half of the last 4 NaNoWriMo events that we've had. So I oscillate between 3 books, and this is, yeah. So, yep, it's basically about a shoemaker who gets kidnapped by pirates. So.
Oh, I like that. Okay, well, that's great. Yeah, so if you're working on something, let us know. We'd love to hear about it.
Okay. Well,
all right, we're going to start with our first prompt.
I think so.
Okay.
Anybody who tells us something in the chat, we will read it off as soon as we're done with the first prompt, as well as the excerpts you want to share.
So these are just prompts. If it doesn't inspire you or fit with your story, go ahead and write whatever you want. It's just time to write. But the prompts are just there for fun. So our first prompt is a dialogue. And you're going to use this dialogue somewhere in the writing, at the beginning, at the middle, wherever you want to put it. So our dialogue for today is, I'm willing to risk it. So we're going to write for 10 minutes. Is that correct, Erin?
Yes.
Okay, 10 minutes. I'm willing to risk it. Let's go.
Okay.
Hey, welcome back.
Well, time's up. How many words did you get? Let us know in the chat and feel free to share the parts you like best. How did you do, Molly?
It was good. I wrote 327 words. And I used the story that I'm working on, but this is a further conversation, but I kind of liked it. May I share some?
Go ahead.
All right. So again, this is my rock star, and her friend tells her to start singing again. And Kayla shook her head. I don't know, Mike. I mean, I'm not Crimson Mist, not without Amy and Lizzie. You can go solo, he said. I just don't know. What if it doesn't work? What if no one likes my new stuff? Mike just smiled. I'm willing to risk it. You are, Kayla laughed. You're not the one putting yourself out there after 30 years of silence.
Nice.
How about you, Erin? How did it go?
I got 142 words, and I didn't get the quote right because I was like in the, I'll just read like the little bit around. So I'll preface this with, on this pirate ship, there's a girl who is the cabin girl, and everybody on the ship knows that she just makes up outrageous stories for no particular reason. She just, like, you can't trust anything that comes out of her mouth. So it says, Arissa and Imogene both seemed to be interested in his progress, and the young girl could often be seen at his side telling him one or another of her outrageous lies. You should give me your dessert, she said. It's bad luck to eat any sweets on the Tuesday after you first go to sea. Gabriel sniffed at the apples and marveled at how Arissa could make such a thing in the tiny galley below deck. I think I'll risk it, he told the girl.
Very neat. I love the not being able to eat anything sweet on the Tuesday after going to sea.
Yeah, I mean,
I had no idea.
Yeah, she just makes stuff up. And, if it gets her extra dessert, then that's good.
I can relate to that.
All right. So it looks like one of our viewers. Oh. So Taylor says that she got 40 words. And one of our regulars is the daughter of one of our presenters, and is apparently not in the mood to write today. So
you write when you're in the mood. That's when you do your best writing. Don't force
That is
it.
true. That is true.
Yeah. All right. So we are going to go on to our next prompt then. Again, if you have anything you wish to add, please go ahead and do it in the chat. Let us know, and we'll read it when we see it come up. So let's go to our next prompt.
I'm missing. Okay. All right. Our next prompt is a word prompt. So try to use as many of these words as possible in what you write. So our words this time are feather, splash, thunder, stone, fresh, and melt. I tried to go with some summary words, and you can tell that I wrote this during the heat wave. What with the melt?
These are some good words. All right, we'll see what we can do with them. So we'll see you in 10.
All right.
All right, time is up. How did it go? If you join us, put your word count in the chat, and also if you want to share part of it with us, please go ahead. We'd love to hear from you and what you've been doing. How did it go for you, Erin?
I didn't get a lot of words, but I was happy with what I got.
Okay.
It was one of those situations that I was going along and then I was like, wait, how did I, because I was writing from a scene that I'd started before. And I was like, wait, what was the situation? How are they getting into this tunnels? And I spent time looking for my document. And then I eventually was like, no, well, this is a word war. I just have to write and I'll figure it out later. So it was only like maybe 100 words, but I managed to use 4 of the words in it.
Wow.
So I'll share just a little bit of it.
Okay.
This doesn't use one of the 4 words that I did, but I'll just do a couple sentences. Bria could hear the rumble of... Actually, no, wait. Sorry, that doesn't tell you where... Even if they'd not been afraid of... Okay, here we go. Bria could hear the rumble of distant thunder as she felt her way along the stone corridor. There was dripping ahead. A splash echoed, and Zara stopped short, causing Bria to bump into her. These tunnels aren't sealed, she said. I think the storm is flooding them. Then I guess we're going to have to walk faster, Bria said.
That's great. You got 3 right there in a row.
Yes. So I was like, yes. So how did you do?
I wrote 370 words.
That's great.
But I had a hard time fitting a lot of the words into what I was writing. And I'm not sure that it really makes sense. I may have to kind of rework it. But she said, I'm safe at home. I don't think they found me. Did you see the news? Yes, he said. And I was surprised to see that they didn't. And I was glad to see they didn't have any fresh news from the evening hours. What did your boss tell you to do? I'm taking the day off tomorrow. I'm just hoping the storm can pass and the thunder will move on to another news item.
Makes sense.
All
right.
I read this, but it was kind of fun to do.
Yeah, it does get you thinking that. Yeah. I mean, I stopped and I was like, where can I? Because I can never use all 6. But right. I'm like, so what can I do that I'll arrange a few of them into something that's actually.
It's fun to use these words because it's not something I might have thought to use, and so it kind of forces me to think in a new way with fresh words that I might not have used otherwise. So these are always fun to do.
Okay, I'm like all messed up on my script.
That's all right. I think it's me.
That's the wrong page.
So we're going to move on to our next prompt. And we're going to have the word winsome. So winsome, attractive, or appealing in appearance or character. So you can use the word in a scene, or you can write a scene inspired by the word. This isn't a word that you use a whole lot, but it's a great word. And so definitely it needs to appear somewhere. So we're going to use this word as the prompt and see if you can find a way to fit it into your writing. So we're going to do another 10 minutes.
Okay.
Hello and welcome back.
Hello. All right. Time's up. How many words did you get? Let us know in the chat. How did you do, Molly?
Pretty good. 230 words this time.
Nice.
Winsome, I don't know that I've ever used that word before. So it took some thinking to do it. So one character was studying another one as he met her for the first time. And he said, Lizzie stepped back and the two women started talking quickly to each other. Mike studied Lizzie as she was speaking. She was taller than Kayla, dressed in jeans and a comfortable-looking whimsical blouse. Her hair was pulled up into a ponytail and her skin was deeply tanned. Mike was sure she looked everything like a California girl should. She turned to face him with a winsome smile.
That's like, I mean, that works. Winsome smile is like how you can picture that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
How about you, Erin? How did you do?
See, it's easier for me because everybody's like kind of old timey in my book, so it all like all right, here, I'll read this part right here. I got 176 words, which is better than I've been doing so far. So,
Yeah.
Gabriel rubbed the bridge of his nose. There's no future for you here. They love you enough to know that. Imogen looked out to sea, then turned back to Gabriel. Maybe this is the future I want. You could escape this, Imogen. I could teach you to read. You could find an apprenticeship. You have skills that could translate. And I'm sure you could be a very winsome girl if you just would clean up a little and maybe lie a little less. I don't know what you're talking about, Imogen said, raising her chin. He imagined she thought she looked like some kind of society lady with her nose in the air like that. And maybe she did. Gabriel certainly hadn't met any more such people than Imogen probably had. I'm an utter delight, she said, running a hand through her tangled hair.
Is this the same character that
Yeah.
what's the apple tarts?
Yes. Gabriel is very concerned about this child. He thinks that she's 13 and he thinks that 13-year-olds on a pirate ship are a bad idea. So
Probably true.
Yeah, actually,
she sounds like she can take care of herself, though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
And it's actually kind of she's like secretly the heir to the throne. So I'm also like making fun of him when he's like thinking that he hasn't met any more society ladies than she has, because of course she's met society. Anyway, yeah.
That's fun. That's a lot of fun.
All
that's
right,
great.
Looks like
Good.
we don't have anybody else chiming in today. That's okay. We do get a lot of people watching later on, and I hope that this inspires you. So, do we want to try the next one?
Yeah. Do we have time?
Okay.
We got time. Okay.
So our next prompt is a picture prompt. So we're going to write a scene based on this picture. And the picture came from Chris Galbraith, and it was uploaded from Unsplash. And we've got a lovely sea vista there. I think it was Australia. So
It's pretty.
So I guess we'll get 10 minutes up. Give it one more go.
Okay. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back.
Yay.
How did you do, Molly?
This one was a little harder for me. I did 200 words, but yeah, I really like it though. I like the picture.
Yeah, I maybe it's hard to think of your characters like going to the beach when they're like doing other things, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, because I had trouble too, even though my characters are spending most of their time at sea, they're not at like beaches like that.
Right.
So.
I think for mine, this works well at the end. Like this would be a nice way to kind of end the story as they walk on the beach together. But, I talk about walking from the boardwalk and stepping into the white sand and never having seen such blue waters before. So
That's lovely.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to like we're running out of time, so I'm not gonna. But like, basically, my character was thinking about how the contrast between how vast the ocean is, but how cramped and close actually traveling on it is. So
Yeah.
So
Well, that's great. Well, we really appreciate everyone joining us today. This is a lot of fun. I love doing the writing games and the write-ins.
Well, hopefully, even though we didn't get a lot of people sharing writing during our program, you can share it on Facebook afterwards, and people can see what the prompts inspired, and hopefully, you'll find this useful.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Our next all-age writing event will be next Thursday, July 21st, and we'll be playing some writing games. We've also got our summer reading program underway, so check out our Facebook page and our hcpl.net website for more information about that. And of course, every Tuesday at 6:30, we also have writing information and talks for the adults. So,
okay.
Anything else?
I think that's it.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you, Erin. This was lots of fun.
All right. Thanks for joining us.
Yes. Bye-bye.